Hi everybody! It's 2 o'clock on Wednesday and I'm live. My daughter just said, "Are you alive?" I'm alive. So today I wanted to show you the Wander card making pack, which is really cool because these are such unique die cuts that they're almost like reverse die cuts, which is really cool. You can kind of see they cut out either a mountain or a city image, and it also comes with a moon and a sun and a couple of clouds, which is nice. And then the stamp set has several things. You brighten my day, I love you to the stars and back, and I thank my lucky stars for you, sending sunshine thoughts. These are all pretty good for generic cards that you're going to send to someone to say thank you or happy birthday. So these are really cool. Now, I was looking at the stamp sets that are the cards that you can make using this kit, that they have the tutorial, and they are all super cool. I love them, but I kind of wanted to do a little bit of my own thing, not totally, but a little bit of my own thing. And I wanted to show you a few of the cards that I made. So one of the stamps in the set is kind of interesting. It's this one right here. It's like a sketchy, distressed lines look, and I kind of challenged myself to use that stamp. And what I did first was I stamped it onto the clouds, and look, it gives the clouds just a little bit of dimension, which I think is pretty cool. And so almost every cloud of every card you'll see those little tiny glacier blue lines on there, and that is because I used that line stamp. Now, the other place I used the line stamp is as a border. Now, they did that on one of their cards, so it's not like a unique idea, but I liked it with the yellow and turquoise. I thought that looked really nice together. The one that they made with the lines, they used the sapphire blue and the stars. So just another option, just another idea. And what I do with these cards, sending sunshine thoughts, I send them to the nursing homes with little pictures of my dog and stuff like that. Just little messages in my cards for the elderly. Just something to, brighten my day, right? Send sunshine thoughts. So I wanted to show you the cool thing about this card set. Close to My Heart did a live on this last week, and I gotta tell you, it was actually a really good one. But what I love is that when you cut the thin cut out, you get a whole bunch of the different shapes. So you can use this on top of a card base and then add, the little suns or whatever and message. Or you can cut out of the card base and it leaves like an empty hole that you can fill with a different one. So for this one, for example, cut out the gray and I filled it with white and I sponged it. But it would be cool to also, fill it with the stars and make it a night sky. So this was something that I thought was pretty unique with this set. Let me just show you. So there's a city view and a mountain view. and it's really adorable. And I saw a very cool card made by another consultant who used the city view as Bethlehem, and then she made a Christmas card using it. And I just want to show you how cool this card looks. So she used craft paper, and then she sponged a night sky on a white cardstock, put the craft paper over it with that hole cut out. And then this stamp set right here is still available, although it doesn't have thin cuts right now. The thin cuts are sold out. But how beautiful is that card? I'm like, oh, I'm making this card. So I went back in and I purchased this stamp set. I had to do it because I think that's a really cool looking Christmas card. And I'm the kind of person that makes multiple Christmas cards. I don't make just one. So these are sort of the Wander colors, and so I kind of tried to stick with mostly that card, that theme. But what you'll notice, a few things I just want to point out. So when I sponged the ink to make the sky, I also sponged a little bit of blue ink on the mountains to darken them, and then having this yellow ink sponged on there just makes it look a little bit like the sun is coming out. It's just a really neat look, so I really love that. And then I did the same thing here with the cityscape. One of the other stamps that's kind of cool in this set is this big circle. And you don't have to use it. Obviously, I have several cards where I did not use it, right? But the cards that I made where I do, I just wanted to let you know that it was super easy to line up. I'm surprised, you know, when you get these stamps that are a little floppier like this, what really helps is because it'd be really easy to get them bent into the wrong shape or whatever, and not be able to put them on here. So what I like to do is, you know, if you had, let's say you were going to stamp this card, you lay this on top of exactly where you want it to be, upside down, and then you pick it up with your block, and then it's a perfect circle to go around that sky. So I wanted to show you that because I think that's a really good tip. And again, I use these cards to send to that elderly group with, and sometimes I throw in a picture of my dog or whatever. Okay, I wanted to show you just a few quick cards. I'm not going to make them all because, you know, it takes a while, but I really love just doing a card base like this, and I wanted to experiment just a little bit with different colors, and so I like the black. And look at this city sky. So what I did on this one is, let me get a piece of paper. I'm just gonna get some scratch paper here. So I'm gonna turn it over and show you. I know it's hard to see. I almost need like black or something. I have these little blending brushes. You can use any blending brush. You can use any, you know, any brush, right? But those little foam brushes work good. So what I did, all right, there's my scratch paper. What I did was I pretended like, okay, I'm gonna put the sun here, right? That's where my sun is gonna be. I'm just putting that there so you can see what I'm talking about. And then what I did was I used another little piece of paper like a mask, and I made rays coming from the sun, going down like it was shining. And you know, you've seen the sun rays like this in real life before, right? I mean, it looks kind of cool. And so this is how I made those, and I thought that was kind of a neat effect, right? Where it makes the rays. And I did it in a little bit darker ink on that one. And then when you put it on that black, you can really see it. And then I have a message, and I thought I'd, you know, flag or do something, tear the ends, and put my sun on. Wherever my sun went, here it is. Bing. So that's a pretty quick card. I just think, you know what, I immediately thought, I don't know how often I'll use this set, but it's so unique and so different from anything I've ever seen. I have, you know, sometimes, like the stamp of the month this month, which is all fruit, you know, there are fruit sets everywhere. I mean, if you go into any stamp store or go online, you can find a million watermelon and strawberry stamp sets right now. They're very popular, but this one is super unique, and I can honestly say I have not seen another one like it. It's so unique. And since it's getting ready to retire, I thought maybe it was time to, I'll just splurge for it. So this one is just, you know, here I have a card base that I don't always fold them shut when I'm making cards, sorry. Okay, so there's a card base. I used one of the inner pieces and glue that one down. And then there's your sun, and maybe you do a little cloud, and or maybe you do a moon with clouds. Now the one thing about the clouds, this, like I said, this little stamp right here with the lines on it, it's so different and unique. And you can use any color of ink. I'm just gonna get out my scratch paper here. Am I still in the camera? All right. And you just stamp on top of it. And what you end up with is a cloud that has kind of dimension. And so that cloud is gonna stand out more. This, I really like this set, or this stamp, and I've been playing with it a bit, trying to do different things with it, and it does create a wood look, which is really neat also. Love that. All right, I'm gonna move this aside. And then on this one, I did the night sky image. And there again, I did the little, there's a little moon and these little clouds. I love how you can put these little clouds wherever you want. And I just think they look, it really does make it look like a cool night sky. I have a lot of variations. Here's one where I did a white cloud, a blue cloud, and a moon, and then you can rearrange those however you want. So these are pretty cool, and you can, you know, use the little stars to make edges. You know, there's a lot of options on making your sky and stuff. But today, the main thing I want to show you is this one. This is the one we're going to make together. My favorite message in the whole set is I thank my lucky stars for you, and I really love shakers, and so I wanted to show you how I made this. It's fairly simple, but I still kind of want to show you that. When you do not have to purchase shaker foam specifically to make a shaker, but if you do, it's kind of a good deal, because I'm going to show this to you. You get the largest size as a window. There's a smaller window in here, and then even smaller window in here. And in reality, this center window would be perfect for this. You just put it down underneath here. And then what they've done is they've filled in the foam with all these little squares, so you end up with getting a whole bunch of foam squares. It also comes with window plastic, and the window plastic, it looks filmy on here because it has a little piece of plastic over it that you have to get off of there. So I just get it started, and then the whole thing just sort of peels off. Since I'm not using this particular piece today, I'm not going to peel it all off, but that's how it works. It's just on one side, the window plastic, and you can feel it. You can feel which side has it. See? I don't know if you can see that, but that keeps it from getting scratched until you're ready to use it. Okay, so let's make this card. This card is really fun, and it doesn't take very long. I've made a whole bunch of them. Okay, so I think I'm going to use sapphire, and I'll put this little dot here, and then I'll use the Sundance, and I'll use the little star for that one. Now, one of the cool things about using blocks is that you can put two stamps on the same thing, and then it'll just be stamped every time as a duo. So you can go around, you can turn them different ways, you can go off the edge. You can see that there's not going to be a lot of the, here's the finished card, there's not going to be a lot of the stars that show, so I'm really just stamping on the edge. And the other part that's going to show besides the edge is where that window is open. So maybe you want to put a couple of stars in there. Okay? All right, so let me just finish that. And I'm going to fix that one right there. Okay. Now, I'm going to be using the blue paper, which is basically a sapphire paper. And so I want to add a little tiny bit of sapphire color to the edges. And there's this little tiny asterisk type star. And I'm just going to dot that around also. I think it adds to it, and notice that I'm just putting it around. I'm not doing any particular pattern. I want it to look random. So today's a good day to be indoors. I haven't even walked my dog today. It is so incredibly miserable outside. I can't hardly stand the weather when it's like today. It's like I can't breathe. Okay, so I want to use the city die. So what I'm gonna do is put this on my, I'm gonna put this on my star paper, and I'm just gonna eyeball it, right? And run it through my machine. Okay, when it comes out, this is what you get. You get an inner piece, and you get an outer piece. And I'm going to use the outer piece for this card. Save this in my pile for another day or another card. And what you want to do is I cut a little piece of window plastic. Now, this is how cheap I am. This is packaging from, what is this packaging from? This is packaging from something I purchased, like, hold on just a sec. That's packaging that I purchased from like stickers or something, and I have my little powder puff thing, and I just put a clip on mine because I don't like that stuff on my fingers. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this window around the edge. When you make a shaker, you don't need the entire card to be open. You really only need the opening to your card to be just where the window is, maybe just a tiny bit. Now this is the thicker foam tape, and if you are like me and you often only have the thinner foam tape, you can do this thing where you fold it in half like this. And I know it feels like, oh my gosh, I'm using so much foam tape. But what's nice about this is that it makes it super thick so that when you put your shaker stuff in, then you'll be all set. All right, come on, peel off. I have my fingernails. I told you I've been working on my fingernails a little bit but putting all this polish on them, it gets rid of the sharpness, you know what I mean? All right, so I'm gonna make a window around this, and I want it to be sealed nice because I do not want my bits to come out, right? I'm just gonna cut that off a little bit. And since I doubled the other to show you how to do that, I got to double this one too. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to fold it in half, just like that. Makes it extra thick. All right. So this window, this foam needs to connect at the top and the bottom so that your little shaker bits won't escape. There's nothing worse than having a shaker that all your little bits are falling out all over the place when the person receives it. And you need a little bit, the shaker stuff is kind of expensive. And so you don't really want to, if you made this window big, all your shaker stuff would fall down here where it can't be seen on the front of the card. So you don't want to do that. You really want to make sure your shaker stuff is kind of high up. Now, the other thing I'm going to do, I know this seems crazy, but I don't want my card to be super smashable right here. If I don't put foam tape here, then it's gonna sink in and it's gonna look weird on the front. Okay, so there's the back of my card, there's the front, right? There's the back. I'm gonna get some of that powder off. Okay, let's get a card. Oh, where's my card base? I'm gonna go ahead, and this is always the hardest part for me, but I'm going to peel off all the sticky backing on the foam so that it's ready. I'm not ready to put it on yet, but I want to be ready when I am. Okay, so I have my foam piece ready. Now, shaker bits, I have several things that I have purchased. Queen & Company has a lot of little shaker things. You can find these in like the jewelry section. Sometimes you can find little charms, you can find little bits. So I'm going to put in a few wood stars, and I like to try to make them as flat as possible. I'm going to put a few little yellow balls. Now, the cool thing is Close to My Heart is starting to carry, I don't know how well you can see these, but they're just little, they almost look like little tiny diamond chips or something, but they're different colors. They have yellow and white, and I'm pink and purple and whatever you want. And so in the new catalog, that's a thing, which I love, because that makes, these don't hold static like some of the shaker bits. So I like that a lot. And then I want to add some blue ones just because it needs some color. All right. So there's all my shaker parts. Notice I made my card kind of flat again because I don't want them to roll around. And then I'm just going to take my piece. This is the piece that I, hold on a minute. I have to trim. Okay. So here's my front of my card. I am going to center it. I'm going to push nice and even around that window, and then down at the bottom, ta-da! Isn't that cool? You can see the wood pieces have a little static. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take this poofy and I'll go over the top of all my shaker bits, and that really helps. But they still look pretty cool, right? And then it's a night sky, so I really want to add I want to add a moon. And so I'm going to use my glue here, and I'm just going to put some glue right there and add a moon. And you can already see my stars, which is neat, right? And then the other piece that I already have made is the sentiment. I think my lucky stars. I cut it the other direction, but you get the idea. So I'll put that on there. How cute. What I really like about those really tiny gems that will be in the new catalog is that they're super flat. So if you don't have to double up your tape, and it'll make a card that isn't more expensive to mail. So you can do fun shakers without having the super thickness in the middle. The other thing that you can do, which makes this really easy, is use fun foam. I have gobs and gobs of Kid Craft fun foam, and you just run it through your die cut machine along with your paper, and then it creates a foam thickness that's even through the whole thing. So that's an idea too. Cool. Don't you love that? I just think it's so neat. All right. I also wanted to show you the circle. I have circles and stars, and see, you get the circle shape, but they fill it in with all the foam squares. So it makes it kind of a good deal if you really want the shapes specifically. Okay, so there's that stamp set, and the whole set is just really neat. I made a whole bunch of these. Don't be surprised at all if you get one. The other set that's retiring that I'm sort of sad about is there's a cat and dog set, and I did not pull it out of my stash. I don't know why. I think I put it away with my other animal sets. But this is another one again that I tried to make a frame that looked like a Polaroid, and this little set is a separate set from the giant background. So I really love the giant background, and you can highlight a particular dog, just color the one dog, or you can do what I did, just made it black and white and real simple. Here's one where I colored the entire thing, and ARF is one of the stamps in the set. I woof you. Oh, so cute. All I did on here was I took a black pen and I went, you know, around the edges. So that's cool. This is the stamp set. This is the stamp itself. It's full card size, and so I just wanted to show you a card where I had used it across everything. There's a cat one also. This one I made like a little Z-fold style, and it says, "If you're happy and you know it, wag your tail." I just think it's adorable, and I cut out the little dogs to add, and the little waggy lines are a stamp. I think that's cute. And I have like a little, I just put a little card in there with Moose's picture on the back, and I just tuck that in to send. So that's fun. Okay, and finally, you guys, I hope you like this. This is the last thing. I think next week I'm going to possibly start showing some of the new catalog, because they're having a core catalog and a small catalog together. It's a lot, and people should start getting them in the mail soon. Anyway, my birthday is in August, and so I'm in a birthday group, and these are my birthday swap cards. So every month, you know, you send a few to the birthday people, and then the birthday people send them in, and when it's your birthday month, you get the cards. So I just wanted to flip through them. There's like 30, which is a lot, so I'll go fast, but these are not close to my heart. They're just cards that were made using other products. There's die cuts and shimmers, and I forgive you for being younger than me. I love that. That's hilarious. So cute. I think this one is really pretty. It's one of those super thick 3D type embossing folders with some gold shimmer over it. Really nice. Let your dreams set sail with a charm. Here's a little happy birthday. I like how they did this card. This is really cute, that where it unfolds from the right and unfolds from the left, and it almost creates mats, which I think is really neat. This one is one of my daughter's favorites. It has that deeply etched embossing folder background, and then she sponged some ink around the edges. Jen and I had fun going through these cards. They're so cute. Die cuts, a lot of die cuts, and some gems. That is actually a close to my heart, that's actually close to my heart stamp. Came with a balloon set. You know what I heard? Isn't that cute? Puns. Puns, puns. Who cares what the question is? Cake is the answer. I think this one is really cute. It's like set up like a puzzle. So it's like she took two pieces of paper and cut them and then repieced them together so they alternated. Cute. This one is just real simple, but the paper is really dramatic, so that's really cool. This one uses a die. Love it. I like that. This is a cool way to do a shaker card, where they basically they put the front panel into plastic with all this shaker material on the top, and I thought that turned out really neat. And the shaker material is sequins, and even some of the sequins are hexagon shaped like the beehive, so I thought that was really neat. Here's another happy birthday card. This one, I should take it out so you can see. It's a special fold Sorry, open. I didn't take it out because it was in clear, and I thought, oh, I'll just keep it that way. But then I decided to show these to you as a last minute. Look, isn't that cute? I love it. So the edges just fold in. Very simple. Creativity, serenity, contentment. This one's beautiful. That has some really neat stamping on it. I love it. Here's another bee. This bee set was a club scrap pack, and a lot of people used it because it was the July pack. Here's another one that has like the special fold, like a Z fold. We've made a few of those. There's one with a beehive embossing. Another gardening. Don't let getting older bug you. Get it? Haha. I have something for you, and then it opens and says you're holding it. I love it. I like how many layers there are in this one. That's what Cheese said. Another pun. So cute. I really like how people put the stuff on the inside of their cards and make the insides just as special as the outside. That's cool. Hey Stephanie, remember that? That was one of Jackie's old cards when she did a class for us. This card kind of, I'm not sure about this card. So it's an easel style card, and it's put together so that it can sit on a table flat. And I believe when I've seen these before, they've had a slot in them with a gift card or something so that you could put a gift card in it. But I just thought it's beautiful. It's just kind of an unusual card. Here's one. I've made a lot of these. You guys might recognize this style card. I've made several of those in my lives. I just love these. I fold them a little different though. I fold mine so that it goes upwards, you know, more like this, and goes into the envelope. And hers was folded like that. So I just thought that was really clever. This is a little celebrate card. Use a specialty tape washi. Here's the peony one that has the pull-out section. It's almost like the card is an envelope, and then this part pulls out and you write on it. So cute. This is a really old club scrap paper pack. I love it. And real simple stamping and a cutout. So neat. This one looks simple, but it actually took a lot of time because it has a lot of technique on it. So the dye sprays and a stencil and sponging, and then I like how she rounded one corner. I thought that was really cute. May you live to be so old. So clever, so cute. And of course my favorite is this one. And honestly, it was my favorite before I knew it was from Stephanie. I love it. And I like how you included the panel on the inside to make it special. Thank you. I love this card. As a matter of fact, it's been on my refrigerator now ever since I received them. So that is really fun. I just wanted to show you all the birthday cards I got, not trying to say, hey, send me a birthday card. I just thought it's so cool to see other people's techniques and ideas, and you know, when you're making a card, they, you know, you saw what I tend to make. I tend to make some of my cards, I wouldn't say my cards are boring, but they're a bit flat a lot of times, because when I mail them, I don't like to add too much dimension. And so, you know, with the ones with dimension and special ribbons and special things and papers on them really mean a lot to me. I know how much time and effort went into that. Okay, is there anything else I was going to show today? Oh yeah, there was one other. I'm sorry. You guys are like, enough already. This is the last. So I've been playing around with the Boo Crew. The Boo Crew is a special paper pack for Halloween this year, and it has a stamp set with dies, and a lot of people really like this because they're using it for Harry Potter pages, because it has like the sorting hat, it has a broom down here, it has spiders. It's just kind of it's got some Harry Potter-esque. This little piece of candy right here could be a snitch. So a lot of people are using it for that, which is clever. And you can see I've been using it because my sticker sheet is almost gone. But what I really like is it does have this orange plaid paper, which could be used just for a fall page. You could incorporate this with the wood grain or something. It has spiders on the back. It has you could do the stars, and then it has pages of all these little words that you can cut apart. And then of course the hero paper, it's kind of an all-around random print. So I have decided not to make anything more with it until Close to My Heart does their live. The little sequins that come with it are so cool. They're like iridescent, and they're in 2 or 3 different, they're like 4 different colors, really. So cool. So I want to show you the pages that I have made. Hold on, let me get my stack here. I am going to save this, and I'm going to make trick-or-treats for my trick-or-treaters. And the rest of it is because I don't want my Halloween pages to all be the same in my album. So I don't want to scrapbook, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, all on the same paper. I like it to look really different. So this page, it's a 2-page spread. I'm just going to kind of move it around because I know it's hard to see. But I love, these little hexagon dies are going to be retired, and they are so cool. I did also see, I don't know how much they are in our catalog, but I did see that, I think it was Spellbinders, had them on sale for $15 a set of hexagon dies, and that was a good deal too. So I think everybody should get them. They're just really, really cool. What a cool beehive look, but I wanted to show off all the different papers and cardstocks. And then I used pictures of my father's yard. My father decks out his yard every year we used to have a craft booth where we sold all of these yard decorations and stuff, and we haven't done that for many, many years, but it's just kind of a cool page dedicated to him, and I could put it anywhere in the album. It wouldn't have to be side by side with the same paper even, because these are he adds to it every year and puts out different things every year. The other page is from last year, which 2020, and I wrote another COVID bummer in that we didn't have as many trick-or-treaters as usual, but I like to dress up, so I dressed up like a mummy. And on this page, what I did was I showed my Halloween scene that I always put up. I put up a different scene every year. I cut it. It's like 4 or 5 foot tall. And then I put all these bats all over my garage, and then we put those lights on them that swirl, that look really cool. And then I dressed up and we decked out the car and did sort of a trunk or treat with a giant monster mouth, and then the candy was at the end of the tongue. So I thought that was really cute. Now what I did on this, I gutted the paper, so I cut out the center of the pink, the center of the wild berry, and the center of the black. And then when I glued my hero print all over random print, that's what you're seeing on the back here. So technically I could do another layout here of 2020 prints, and it would like just fold in my album. So because the back looks just as cool as the front. Isn't that neat? And I used some of my stamps and a lot of stickers. The stickers are a blast on this one. Lots of neat words. And I used that paper cut up to add to the scrapbook pages. And there's the little sequins. So cute. I might add more of those. They're adorable. Okay, that really is everything I have today. And I think I need to look at my calendar, but I think next week we'll start showing some of the catalogs. Please take a look and make sure that you have received everything that you've wanted out of the old catalog. I'm assuming that there will be some stuff still available. You know how they have things online that are holdovers from the past or whatever, but I don't know, because they said that those stamp sets and things like that were only guaranteed for a year, and I've noticed already that there's a lot of thin cuts that are selling out, so check it out just in case. I had to go back in and buy that Mary and Joseph because I am going to use it with this stamp set. I'm gonna make that Bethlehem just like the other consultant did. I love that idea. I messaged her and I told her I'm totally stealing your idea. Thank you. All right, so I hope you have a good afternoon, and I hope it cools off. So see you later. Bye.